Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I am Samara Angel, and I serve as the strategy manager for post-secondary access at Alabama Possible. Today, we will be having their college application season kickoff. So I am happy to be here today with Dr. Monica Mack, and she will be co-leading this webinar with me today. So we will get started. First of all, we would like to recognize our sponsors and thank them for supporting the work that we're doing and making sure that this webinar is made possible. Without their support, Alabama Possible will not be able to provide these webinars at no charge for you. We will also like to recognize and thank our partners who are always supporting the work that we are doing. So our partners at the Alabama Commission on Higher Education, the Alabama Community College System, the Alabama State Department of Education, and the Get Educated, the Common Black College application that helps promote applying and enrolling students at 65 historically Black colleges and universities. So some housekeeping notes before we get started. We would appreciate if everyone keeps their microphones on mute at all times to avoid any feedback during the presentation. This webinar will be recorded and posted on youtube.com/Alabama Possible. And you can watch at any time that you would like to revisit this content. This webinar, the PowerPoints for the webinar will be sent to you after later today. I would like to kind of remind everyone that if you did not receive a confirmation email for the Zoom registration, to check to see if your email is mistyped, because sometimes you will not be receiving the confirmation Zoom link, or that's where we get the emails for any of the follow-up emails that we send afterwards. So if you feel like your email is probably not correct, you can always email us at algoestocollege@alabamapossible.org. And you'll see the email later on one of these PowerPoints slides. You can also submit questions throughout the webinar using the chat feature. We will collect those questions and answer them either throughout the presentation or towards the end. I would like to remind everyone who has the AI note-taking assistant on their Zoom, if you can please remove those. If you do have any, if you do use the AI note-taking assistance for any accommodations, please let us know, let me know, or let May Whitening know in chat, and we will leave those on for you. In addition, we do have poll questions throughout the webinar. Of course, we want you to answer those, but this is very important, especially for those educators, high school educators that are on the webinar and are needing the professional development credits towards the end. You will receive your final, the poll questions toward the end, and those are how we keep track of how for your professional development credit. Of course, we also want you to go ahead and tag us during your any posts that you create online, and tag us at AL Goes to College to see what you're up to and how your college and career ready goals are going. So we do have a poll question, and May will help me launch that. So the poll question is, do you plan to include local partners in your Alabama College Application Week event?
I'll give it about 20 or 30 more seconds to allow everyone a chance to respond, but thank y'all for your feedback. As always, we're happy to facilitate any coordination that you would like for your events taking place during that week. So we'll talk a lot more about what that could look like throughout today's webinar, but we're always happy to get partners on board to support you as educators. So I'll give this about 10 more seconds. All right, it looks like a lot of y'all have already invited some partners and they've committed their support, and then 42% of y'all plan on inviting some local partners soon. So we're excited to hear that, and I'll go ahead and close out this poll.
Once again, I would like to, if you logged in a little bit late, make sure that you register your school for the Alabama Goes to College campaign. There is a link in the chat that where you can check to see if your school is already registered, Or if you see that your school is not registered, you can always sign up in the second link that we will drop. Just a reminder that the schools are listed in alphabetical order. So that's the easier way for you to check to see if your school is already registered or not. And I'll give you maybe like a minute for you to check.
Also, a quick plug, if you are registered for our campaign and you did not receive our newsletter this morning, please reach out to us. That means that something got missed along the way, or perhaps an email address was typed incorrectly. So if you haven't received the Alabama Goes to College newsletter this morning, feel free to reach out to us during this webinar.
Okay, so let's get started. There are three main components to the Alabama Goes to College campaign. The first one would be the Cash for College. The Cash for College goal is for every graduating senior to complete the FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid before they graduate from high school, so that they can access federal, state, and institutional aid to pay for their education after high school. The second component is the Alabama College Application Campaign, which is what we will dive into a little bit more today. The Alabama College Application Campaign is part of the national effort to increase the number of first-generation college students and students from low-income families pursuing a college degree or higher education credential. The primary goal of this effort is to help high school seniors navigate the complex college application and admissions process, and to ensure they apply at least one post-secondary institution. And last, the third is our College and Career Decision Day. College and Career Decision Day celebrates students committing to pursue their education past high school, whether it is to obtain a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, a certificate, or industry recognized credential, entering the military, or pursuing a skill trade. So today's learning objectives are to describe the American College Application Campaign, explain the Alabama College Application Campaign, share why Apply Day activities, define the Alabama College Application Campaign, the School of Excellence Award, outline steps to host Alabama College Application Week, and we will talk a little bit about the Alabama Direct Admissions Initiative. So why does this matter? The Alabama has post-secondary attainment goals to ensure that Alabamians have access to in-demand career pathways leading to valuable post-secondary degrees, certificates, and credentials. So from the most recent data, it indicates that 45.7% of Alabamians in the state's workforce have earned a highly valued credential beyond a high school diploma. So by spring of 2026, all high school graduates will have to earn a college and career ready, which is a CCR designation to receive a high school diploma. We have, for the 24 to 25 Alabama Goes to College campaign, we had 382 high schools registered in all 67 Alabama counties. And then within those schools, in one way or another, about 45,831 high school seniors benefited from the campaign. So before, I just want to introduce Dr. Mack. So Dr. Monica Mack currently serves as the Counseling and Guidance Education Specialist for the Instructional Service Division of the Alabama State Department of Education. So Dr. Mack will be taking over from here now. Dr. Mack, are you ready?
I am. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Good morning. As Seymour mentioned earlier, you can go to the next slide. The college application campaign was started by the American College Application Campaign in 2005, and its purpose is to increase the number of students applying to college with a major focus on first-generation college students. So our campaign was started, this is year 12 for us, was started by Willetta Connor here at the department. And we encourage students to apply to college with them applying to at least one post-secondary institution. So Why Apply Day will be held on September 19th, 2025. And this initiative is also sponsored by the American College Application Campaign, and it encourages everyone to wear your college attire on this day. We also encourage you to share with your students why you believe college is important or why you decided to attend college. There's also the hashtag Why Apply Day. So be sure to post that on social media, share it with your teachers, your students, so that we can see what everyone is doing in your school. Also, if you take photos, send those to me because I like to send those out to other counselors to share. Our School of Excellence Award, this is also sponsored by the American College Application Campaign. Our recipient for 2024 was Oxford High School. So we look forward to seeing who our next recipient will be. This award is sponsored, like I said, by the American College Application Campaign, and they allow each state to select one school to receive this award. So I encourage you, most importantly, submit your data for the college application campaign, submit pictures, make sure you are collaborating with those in your school, in your community, as you work through your campaign for this year. All right, so the dates for this year are October 6th through 10th, 2025. And this is a tentative list of colleges that will be participating this year. It is not our final list, but these are those schools that have registered so far. So we will send out a list of those colleges along with the waiver codes a week before the campaign begins so that you will have that information for your students. Also, if you have not put in a request for campaign materials, please fill out the Google form and we can make sure that you get your items. We can either mail them to you or you can pick them up. And I'll also put that information in the chat for you. All right, at the end of the campaign, we ask that you will submit your data. This just helps us to continue to improve the campaign. We also know how many students have participated, how many college applications have been submitted, and we have to share this information with our national organization. And this is a sample template that you can use as you are collecting your data. Seymour, is that me or is that you?
Thank you, Dr. Mack.
All right, thank you.
So we have some educator resources listed on the screen right now. One of them is the Alabama Goes to College Educators Toolkit, which is the link is provided for you on these slides, and you will receive the link on the follow-up email. But what does the Educator Toolkit have? It has like email and letter templates, some like press release templates, social media graphics that you can use, along with a lot of the other toolkits that we will talk about later on in this presentation. You can also find the Alabama College Application Campaign Site Coordinator Resource Manual on there. It is a PDF. You can also find like the Why Apply toolkit on there. So you can find a lot of different resources, and this is just for the Alabama College Application Campaign. You can also find the folders for other parts of the campaign as well in that Educators Toolkit. So you will also be able to find resources for students. So like the Student and Family Guidebook, you'll find it on there, and you can also find it in our website. And again, the Why Apply toolkit you'll be able to find on there, and it has resources with printouts for students to take pictures and templates that you might need. So let's talk about a little bit about the Alabama Direct Admissions Initiative. And the initiative was in partnership with Aptly Match, and it is created to increase college enrollment opportunities for Alabama students. So this initiative does not require like applications or fees. So students will receive offers, which later students can either accept those offers or if they're not interested, it'll be fine. Their only requirements are to submit the transcripts, and there are about 40 college partners already with us for this initiative, so they can, if they are matched with with one of these colleges, they will receive an offer for the colleges or universities on there. That's partners. They also have opportunities after the release. Students will receive offers on October 6th from these colleges, universities, but after that, students are able to receive offers from out-of-state colleges as well. So in order for students to receive offers by October 6th, students must submit their profiles, their match profiles on September 23rd, and their transcripts as well. Another reason for them to submit the match profile by September 23rd, they will be entered into a kind of like a drawing for a $5,000 scholarship. So they won't have to do any additional applications or anything. If they have submitted that match profile by September 23rd, they will be eligible for that drawing. I'm not sure. I think this is it for like date wise. Students will be able to also do a spring students will also have an opportunity to do like the spring match offer opportunity as well, but we are concluding those dates as of right now. Some important resources and some things to remember when students are creating this match profile. The student match link is different from the counselor's link. Counselors are able to create their own account to see and kind of like see the status of how the students that they have at their schools. It is very important that counselors create their accounts on that link. That way that they are different. They are like the administration for the accounts are different for each one. So we have also in our educator toolkit how to create your counselor account, the toolkit for student and family communications, and then you have a different like checklist on there. And you'll be able to find that in our educator toolkit or on our website under educator info. If you do have any questions or any technical support, we also have a match team who helps with like supporting those questions. Do we have any questions so far about this?
Yes, Ciamara, I just dropped a link in the chat that directs people to the Alabama Direct Admission Initiative folder within our Educator Toolkit. So Ciamara has on the screen right now our Educator Toolkit. There are several folders within it. So we have all the stuff that you'll need for the Alabama College Application Campaign, as well as the Direct Admission Initiative. And then we also got a question about educators needing to track the status of their students. So I dropped a link specifically for educators to be able to create their account. So like Ciamara said, students will set up their profile using a different link. Educators will create their account link using the link that's provided in the chat. And if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us or to that EAB specific email that Ciamara had, I think, on the screen.
And then we will get into our toolkit takeaways. If you want to go ahead, I'm going to stop sharing screen.
Let me go ahead. We're just going to preview one of the toolkit takeaways so that y'all can get an idea of what is available to you. It's just meant to be a very brief overview of the resources in our toolkit so that you don't have to necessarily sift through everything and you can find what we think might be the most helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and share that video now. Welcome to the Toolkit Takeaway for our initiatives that support college application season. We're starting off with Why Apply Day, which is a day sponsored by the American College Application Campaign, or ACAC. This day is dedicated to sharing reasons why you applied to college, or why you believe students would benefit from continuing their education and training after high school. You can learn more at equityandlearning.act.org/ACAC. We encourage educators to leverage the tools from this campaign in order to share their own post-secondary experiences with students. This year, Why Apply Day is Friday, September 19th, which is 2 weeks before Alabama College Application Week. We'll talk about ways that you can use Why Apply Day to set the stage for college application season, with the goal of preparing students for a full week of completing free applications to colleges in and around Alabama. Alabama College Application Week will take place October 6th through 10th. Let's dive into the Google Drive, which can be found at alabamapossible.org/educator-toolkit. We'll go into the Alabama College Application Campaign folder. There are several useful resources in the Print Assets folder. An important part of Why Apply Day is sharing why students might consider applying to college, and there are a few resources here you can print to facilitate that process. You can access our Why Apply Day selfie printout template. Print and write your reason for applying, and then take a selfie with your sign. Here you can see a few examples of people using the printout. There's also an Ask Me About It poster that teachers can print out to write the name of their alma mater to encourage students to ask questions about where they went to school. Remember, your experience serves as inspiration to your students who are learning about their options. Similarly, we also have a bingo card that you can print out for students. You can spend a couple of days or even the entire week leading up to Why Apply Day, having students find teachers who represent the pathways listed on each square of the bingo card. You can use prizes or incentives to motivate students to be the first to complete bingo. There are several other resources in this folder, like banners, stickers, and buttons that you can use to promote events in your school. Speaking of promotion, we'll move over to our digital assets folder. Here we have a bunch of graphics. I'll switch over to grid view so that you can see a preview of them. These are graphics that you can post on social media or include in email newsletters leading up to Alabama College Application Week in October. And then, as students are preparing to apply to their college of choice, we highly recommend checking out the Get Accepted guide created by our close partner Get Schooled. This is under the General folder. This guide breaks down all of the components of a college application and gives helpful tools along the way. That wraps up our toolkit takeaway for Why Apply Day. We'll see you next time. So hopefully that gives y'all just an idea of what we have for each one of our campaign components. So there will be a toolkit takeaway for Cash for College once we get into FAFSA season, as well as one that we'll be posting later on in the second half of the academic year. But I'll turn it back over to Ciamara and I'll put a link to the playlists in the chat.
Thank you so much, May. Now we will be answering some questions that are in the chat.
We're getting some questions about the direct admission initiative, a
Okay.
question about students uploading their transcript and whether they need to upload it right now since most colleges don't want a transcript until it's finalized. So for the purposes of direct admissions, Match only wants a transcript that shows 3 academic years. So an unofficial transcript that shows the first year, sophomore year, and junior year is perfectly fine. They don't need to wait until it's showing the entirety of their senior year. Students have the ability to upload that, but they can also have their counselor or other educator upload it on their behalf. And Tasha, I saw your question. There is a bulk load option. So if you're an educator who's interested in uploading the transcripts for your entire senior cohort who's creating a match profile, there are instructions on how to do that in our toolkit that we have linked. We also got a question about the offers that are going to be released to students who create their profile by the deadline. So like Ciamara said, those who create their profile by September 23rd, they should expect to see any offers that they might receive on October 6th. That gives them the chance to look at the offers that have been given to them and then decide whether or not they would like to apply directly to any other colleges. So if they were hoping to receive an offer and maybe they didn't through the match program, they still have a chance to apply directly to the college, especially during Alabama College Application Week, where all the admission fees or all the application fees are waived. So definitely they still have the opportunity to apply. Many of our students have already made applications to college. It is my understanding that students who have already applied should not complete the profile. Is that correct? So if a student has already directly applied to a college, when they are setting up their match profile, they'll have the opportunity to indicate that they have already applied directly. So to answer your question, students should still create their match profile. That just gives them many more options. And while they're creating the profile, there will be a question asking if they've already directly applied, and they can indicate there that yes, they have. And we do strongly recommend that they answer that question thoroughly and indicate any college that they might have already directly applied to. For several people, the Alabama College Application Week is during your fall break. It's not possible to coordinate a week that doesn't fall during anyone's fall break, so we apologize for the inconvenience of that. We have heard from several schools or districts who in the past have set up some kind of off-campus event for their students to attend during fall break, but we know that can be complicated. So Alabama College Application Week is October 6th through 10th. And the offers for students who have completed their match profile by September 23rd will be on October 6th. So, our participating colleges that are within the state of Alabama, so those 40 colleges that Ciamara mentioned, those who are participating in the match program will be releasing their offers on October 6th. I don't actually know if there's a specific time of day. Do you know that, Ciamara or Anando? All I know is by October 6th.
Yeah, I don't think they have mentioned it is on October
Okay.
6th that they'll get their offer letters.
We'll see if we have any, like if there's by a certain time in afternoon or evening that they should know so that they can best move forward if they want to do any direct applications. We'll follow up with you on that, Katrina, and everyone interested.
So just some save the dates. We have our Unlocking Opportunity Part 2 for if you need to learn or want to participate and learn more about preparing for student offers and counselor insights. This will be September 10th at 10 a.m. You can find that link in our alabamapossible.org/events. We will have a FAFSA summit on September 16th. Registration is closed. We have but for those that cannot attend our FAFSA summit in person, we will have a online webinar. So we will have two. We will have on September 17th, our FAFSA 101 beginner at 10:30 a.m. We'll also have a FAFSA 101 experience at 10:30 a.m. on September 18th. And then on Friday, September 19th, we have our Why Apply Day. I just wanted to just throw out there, if anyone has students that are interested in attending a college fair, there will be one in Birmingham. It is free for students to participate and attend. Students will have to register, and I can send a flyer and a follow-up email just if anyone is interested in sharing with their students for
Yeah,
that.
more, can I piggyback off of that?
Yes.
There's also another college fair. It will be held in Montgomery. So if you're in the Montgomery River Region area, it will be on Monday, September 15th. It is sponsored by the Junior League of Montgomery, and it is from 9 to 2 o'clock.
So we'll try to share that in a follow-up email for you all to have and share with your students and families.
Dr. Mack, could you talk a little bit more about the materials that are available for educators for Alabama College Application Week?
Sure. So we have stickers, we have buttons, and we also have posters. So the link that I put in the chat, you are able to order materials. Unfortunately, we cannot mail the posters, but there are a few pickup locations where you can pick up posters. Or if you email me directly, if I'm in your area, I can possibly meet you and get those items to you. But we can definitely mail your stickers and your buttons. Thank you, Kim. Oh, that's it, Kim. Okay.
Thank you for completing these poll questions for the high school educators. Here is the Power School link where you can go ahead and enter and register for this. For the professional development hours. With the course number 333921, section 536237. You will also, as mentioned before, by May, you will receive this information in the follow-up email. You must register again using the website in order to receive the professional development credit. And as always, we would love to stay connected with you. You can always find us at alabamagoestocollege.org. You can email us at algoestocollege@alabamapossible.org. You can call us at 334-316-6155 during business hours. And as always, we want you to find us on social media as well. And don't forget to share a phone number with our help desk line with your students and families if they need assistance with any of their college going planning. And again, our phone number, our information on the screen. We would like to thank everyone for joining us today, our webinar. Thank you, Dr. Mack, for co-presenting our webinar today. And we hope that you have a wonderful rest of the week and you have great resources for you to plan your college application weeks.